What's up, family? As always, we just here to have an amazing conversation. If you get some value from this video, make sure you get this video a big thumbs up, man. So, however, man, we got a 6-foot guard from the University of Iowa, the NCAA's all-time division #1 scoring leader, the first pick of the WNBA draft, the WNBA assist leader, all-star, and 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year. It's Caitlin Clark. We all know this, man. Nothing, but look. Look, we gonna dive into this interview because yes, Travis and Jason Kelce, the Kelce brothers, have brought in the biggest star in sports to the New Heights podcast. Caitlin didn't hold back from jaw-dropping career revelations to her mindset after an unforgettable season. This interview is packed with moments that will leave you speechless, man. Got you off your feet, man. And she's the most requested guest in the history of the show. And she's Time Magazine's Athlete of the Year. So, however, I do want to preface the conversation because we is going to have a conversation, family. As I let off my thoughts, comments, and perspective. And you guys let off your thoughts down in the comments below. I want to start off with the Kelce brothers introducing, and I will be scrubbing through the video because I have moments that I want to speak on, and I got timestamps for certain moments that we will have a discussion about, okay? So I will be scrubbing through the video. So let's start with the Kelce brothers introducing Caitlin Clark, right? Because it was an amazing intro, and I sort of said some of it just to let you guys know, okay? Because I ain't biting off or nothing. I'm just, I feel like I come in with the video with a banger, because it's exciting. This is a legendary interview. Check it out.
Orange ice pop. Shit's fucking popping, son.
That was
All right, our
advertisement.
guest today is a 6-foot guard from the University of Iowa, the NCAA all-time Division I scoring leader, the first pick of the WNBA draft, WNBA assist leader, all-star, and 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year. She's the most requested guest in the history of our show, and the Time Magazine Athlete of the Year, Miss Caitlin Clark. Please welcome everyone. Yeah.
I appreciate it. I'm excited.
All right, folks. So that was the introduction. Shout out to Caitlin Clark. Shout out to the Kelce brothers, man. Round of applause. Round of applause. So look, man, what's Caitlin take on the pressure of being a sports icon? That's a real question. What's next for her skyrocketing career? And what's the buzz about that one NBA-related comment she made? Right? Sit tight, because we're going to break it all down right now. So, the Kelce brothers wasted no time diving into Caitlin's staggering list of achievements, right? From dominating college basketball as its most electrifying player to becoming a household name, her resume speaks for itself. We all know that. And when two NFL superstars joke about how her accolades make theirs look short, Caitlin's in a league of her own, okay? So we're going to scrub to the segment where they actually mention her accolades and right about now.
Accolades do you have right now at this point, Caitlin?
I think you might have made some up. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure on that. I feel like you're kind of like Wayne Gretzky for basketball right now.
Gretzky.
And so
Let's run it back. Let's run it. Here we go. We're going right there.
We've made it.
How many accolades did we leave off? How many accolades do you have right now at this point, Caitlin?
I think you might have made some up. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure on that. I feel like you're kind of like Wayne Gretzky for basketball right now.
Gretzky.
The amount. If you go to the Wikipedia page and you look at like the list of like awards and achievements, it's like endless. It is. Yeah, we had to limit it to this list just to get the show started.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Is there any accomplishment?
That's amazing. And they didn't exaggerate. There's no exaggeration here. Caitlin basically achieved 40 records and honors during her senior season at Iowa, and she shattered 62 records in her rookie WNBA season. Her Wikipedia page even had to create a separate section for her records. And if you don't believe me, folks, check it out. Look at this. All the way from high school, McDonald's All-American, and it just goes to media, FIBA. And look at all them college records, man. Look, in the WNBA. Yeah, I gotta toot that horn, man, because she's a legend. She's a GOAT. She's paving her way. And we can zoom in, you know what I'm saying? For the haters out there that got hate in their blood, you might as well get the hate out your blood because we witnessing greatness, baby. So I just wanted to show that because it was no exaggeration in Jason Kelce mentioning that basically it was a lot of accolades for Caitlin Clark. But however, when asked about her most meaningful accomplishment, Caitlin revealed a heartfelt answer. She mentioned her mom in regards of academics and being an academic All-American. And she was, basically showing her humility, and it just shines because she explains that the accolades are basically byproducts of her passion for the game. Let me know how you guys think about that. But check this out. This is her speaking on it.
Pushman, I guess, of all these accolades that has meant the most to you?
Oh, gosh. That's a good question. Well, I'd give you the answer my mom would say is probably academic All-American. She was proud of me for being a good student in college. So
Love that answer.
Nobody
Love
talks
that
about
answer
that.
from mom.
That's what I'm talking about.
I did all right in school, so hung in there. But other than that, I mean, they're all cool, but you don't really care. It kind of just comes with it. It comes with having fun.
And look, man, speaking from a parent's perspective, because I am a father to my 5-year-old autistic son, and just being a parent, right? Just to give you a gist about me, just being authentic family. We just talking, right? 25 years old. I have a 5-year-old son, and you want them to learn not just life skills, but skills that they can take to a corporation, right? Because at the end of the day, when it comes to what value you can bring to these jobs, see, it's different between a job and a career, right? A job is something you work just to get money to handle your business and take care of your responsibilities. A career is a ladder that you go up based on a skill set. In this case, we could say in Caitlin Clark's standpoint or perspective, a major, right? You take in college. And you anticipate that major that you chose, you work your way up the corporate ladder within that specific designated career, right? And we all know when it comes to sports and athletes and the athleticism amongst athletes, you never know when your time to be up. And you never wish that on any athlete for their time to be cut short. But however, a lot of athletes that we know, family, and comment down below if you agree with me or disagree, they tend to basically center themselves around that sport that they play, and that's basically what they always knew, and that's the only thing that they know. So when it's time to wrap up or retire, they don't have any other skill to go from there. So they center themselves around, and there's nothing wrong with improving and really honing in on the craft. And this is just from an athleticism standpoint. But what happens when that's over? What do you do after? Usually they crash and hit a wall because they don't know what to do with themselves. They had all this money. They may not have all this money financially like they used to, flowing in months and months. And the bag is a little bit different, right? The money is a little bit different. It's not hitting the same way as when they was in the league because we know father time catches up to all when it comes to sports. So I just find it very, very, as a parent, I'm just saying, you always want your child to know not just life skills, but academic skills that you can always add value on and off the court. And that's the beautiful thing. And that's why the average Joe American resonate with Caitlin Clark, right? Because an average Joe is just trying to pave their way and work their way up to feed their families if they have one, or take care of themselves and continue to take care of their responsibilities and just live, right? We all are trying to find a way. We all are trying to figure out what works. And this life is a marathon. It's not a sprint. But let's continue because Caitlin Clark talked about the Time Magazine Athlete of the Year, of how it was something particularly special within that. So I'm a scrub. Well, let's continue. Actually, I don't have to scrub too.
I think that the Time Athlete of the Year was cool too, just because you see the list of like all the athletes that they've had prior to me, and a lot of those people I idolized growing up, and LeBron's been the only other basketball player. So, and it's cool as a woman, like they haven't had many females on the cover too. So for women's sports, it's kind of special, but just kind of comes with playing the game and having fun, as you guys know.
That's awesome.
And this how you know that results speak for itself, right? We can tell that Caitlin Clark doesn't the accolades. Sorry, family. The accolades is just the icing on the cake, but the foundation of a cake. The batter. The mix, whipping up the mix. Putting it. The cook the oil. You got to put it on the base. You got to put the mix in the. You know what I'm saying? You got to put the mix in the pot. You know what I'm saying? You preheat that oven. You put it in, and then it cooks. But it's building up to be something magnificent, in which it's a beautiful cake, right? And you'll eat it, and hopefully not get diabetes. I'm just playing. But my point that I'm making, family, is she just focused on her craft, and the result speaks for herself, which then yields the accolades. She's not looking for the accolades. She's just receiving them based on the hard work she put in. You earn what you get. You earn your keep in the league, right? But however, the conversation took a fun turn when Caitlin talked about her Kansas City Chiefs fandom, right? And growing up in Des Moines, Iowa. Caitlin said that her dad was a big Chiefs fan, let alone she grew up watching the Chiefs, and people think that she's a bandwagon fan. And she also mentioned her brother liking Tony Gonzalez, and also he was a Tony Gonzalez fan in the Chiefs. And she talked about the current players and the Chiefs, obviously speaking of, Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes. So I'm going to scrub to that segment because I feel it was pretty cool, man. You know what I'm saying? And they always say raise a child up in the way it should go, and they'll always remember what you taught them. And obviously her roots of her childhood is involved in one of the Kelce Brothers team that he plays for, and is actually ingrained in a legacy within the Chief City, Kansas football team, right? There I go. So I want you guys, I'm gonna go a little bit up. Here we go, folks. Check this out. I don't know why I keep putting me right there. Come on. All right, let's go. Check it out.
I share that with my mother.
Let's talk about your biggest accomplishment, being a part of Chiefs Kingdom.
That's right.
How long have you been a part of the kingdom?
I'm sorry, Jason. Not to
You can
crush
apologize
you.
to me. I'm honorary member.
I'm a Midwest kid, so there's this picture that's been circulating a couple years ago when I was on Peyton Eli's Monday Night Show, where I'm in a full Chiefs outfit. I had family in Kansas City, and I grew up in Des Moines, Iowa, which is only 3 hours from Kansas City. So that's just the closest NFL team. So my dad was a big Chiefs fan growing up. So people think I'm like a bandwagon Chiefs fan. I'm like, no, I was there before Patrick and Travis. Like we were.
I love it.
We were ride or die. So we've been big fans, and now obviously all the success you guys have had has made it a lot of fun for us.
Who was your childhood like?
My brother loved Tony Gonzalez. Like that was
Tony
his guy.
G.
Yeah.
What a guy.
So
He was the chief.
We would go to like one game a year growing up with my cousins down in Kansas City.
That's so
and we
fun.
still try to go. We went to the Christmas Day game last year. I think the year before you might have played on Christmas Eve, maybe. We went to that. We were sitting outside for that one. My toes were like about to fall off. My fingers about to fall off.
I could imagine.
I don't get how you guys play in that type of weather, but it's fun. And like obviously
we got heaters on the sideline. They let us cheat.
Arrowhead's not too bad. So
yeah, but she also took a turn in leading up to a request in regards of asking Travis Kelce to attend, requesting towards Travis Kelce, I should say, to attend a play game. You know what I'm saying? Kansas City Chief game. So we're gonna scrub forward. I want you guys to see what was the answer towards her request from Travis Kelce family. So check this out.
See you and the Fever go at it again next
That's
season.
right.
When are you guys starting up for a training camp?
April.
Oh, nice. So you got some time.
Okay.
I got some time. So hopefully I can make it to a Chiefs game here soon, maybe a playoff game or something. So
I'll tell you what, we punched our ticket, so we're definitely
I know.
we're gonna at least
Love
have. I would assume we at least got one at Arrowhead, but you're invited to them all.
So that's tough. That's tough. That's tough. When you look, man, she's a walking marketing tool. So it'll be an advertisement plus for the WNBA because you could see them commingling. It's nothing like seeing leagues unite and bringing more visibility to each other rather than going against each other. So it's like sports in itself, right? Within the sport, like basketball in this case, McCain and Clark, they compete, but good sportsmanship, it still shows respect. You know, for everybody leaving it out on the floor, and you leave it out on the floor when the game is done, shake hands, and may the best win, right? It's the same thing when it comes to competing from a viewership standpoint, and consumers, for whatever sport specifies, they try to compete within the ranks to figure out what modifications or adjustments they need to make in their league while learning from the other leagues around them centered around just sports in its entirety, right? So that's amazing within itself. And Caitlyn, but here's another clip, obviously. I want to show you guys. Obviously, she mentioned that, her brother was a Tony Gonzalez fan. So I wanted to show this clip to you guys. This was on X, or Twitter, formerly X, formerly known as Twitter. So check this out, family. I want you guys to check this out because I thought this was pretty cool. Sorry, family. Let me do the audio real quick. Give me a second. Little technical difficulties. Ain't nothing we can't fix around here. But let's go ahead. Ready, family? Check it out.
You've touched on this a bit, but how much of a family deal was this for you growing up where it's Sunday, everyone gets around the TV and watches the Chiefs game?
Yeah. No, it was always a big deal. My dad always had them on, whether we were in the basement, whether we were upstairs. A lot of times my family would be cooking. My mom is like the best chef of all time. So she would oftentimes make really good food while we were watching, but that's what I really looked forward to most on Sundays. There wasn't obviously college sports, but we would be watching the Chiefs, and I would be upset if they lost, and I still am. Like every Sunday, that's what, is usually the brightest part of my day is turning on the TV and watching the Chiefs. And I don't know. I think it's kind of similar to how I play is, offensive firepower. It's exciting. It's not, usually what you see on the football field is just so many different exciting plays. And that's kind of how I play basketball too. So I think that's why I'm kind of drawn to it in a way.
Well, that's tough, man. That's tough within itself. However, bring it back to the interview. Caitlyn then opened up about her basketball journey, revealing she received her first college recruiting letter in 7th grade. It's kind of insane, she admitted that, man. And just to fathom that 7th grade, man, didn't even get to high school yet. But her parents kept her grounded, ensuring she enjoyed her childhood without worrying about recruitment. Which I believe is a good thing. Comment down below how you guys feel about that, because at the end of the day, I'm going to speak in regards of the Black community. Not all, but in the Black community, a lot of times single mothers or even fathers, but I see for a lot of single mothers in the Black community, and this is just my opinion, right? Being raised, Black mother from a Black mother and all, they tend to push their kids into sports and think that's the only way out. So sports is over everything. It's superior over everything. Academic, life skills, as long as they make it out, right? And mostly in the Black community, and just speaking my experience, some Black mothers feel as though that even if they marry and go off and have their own family, the mother is still basically the son could be married to his own wife, but then it's like feeling like he's married to the mother as well. And they tend to just push athletes on a child or a sport, football, basketball, whatever it is. And it takes away their childhood because they're so ingrained in making their child, break a generational curse and make something of themselves and basically try to take care of the rest of the family. But it gets hypocritical because what has the parents did to lead by example and taking care of the family and breaking the generational curse so it didn't seep down and pass on to their children, right? Not to get it off topic, but I feel like it was an amazing thing for her parents to just let her be a kid and enjoy that, because then it takes away, putting pressures like that on a kid to take care of, in the Black community in Pacific, my example, to take care and make it out. They should just be following their passions, not be pressured by their parent to make a way out to take care of the whole family. Just being in 7th grade, you know what I'm saying? They didn't even get to high school yet. For example, with a young boy, learning manhood and learning the peaks and valleys through life, and knowing how to socialize with peers, and, working up the ranks to be a young adult and even a young lady, right? So I feel like it was an amazing thing. Comment down below how you guys feel about that. But I wanted to scrub to that part because her parents did keep her surrounded with a good circle of people, which a lot of times, if you got to infiltrate who you let in your circle, because if not, they'll hurt you. So you got to be careful who you let around you, because we all influence somebody, little or small. We still influence somebody. So I want to scrub to that part, family. Give me a minute, 1 second. But that's my take on it. And yeah, man. So I just feel like it was an amazing thing and inspirational. Check it out.
That's awesome.
So stupid.
But no, it's pretty cool.
We heard you got your first recruiting letter in 7th grade.
Yeah.
Is this true?
Yeah. So at the time, like,
That's insane.
It's insane.
Were you
It's
playing
honestly-
with high schoolers at this point?
yeah, it's honestly sad. Like, where college, like, recruitment has kind of gone. It's just insane. But also,
I got you.
I feel very fortunate. Like, my parents were just like, they told my older brother, like, go get the mail. Like, we don't want your sister to see that. They like wanted me to be in 7th
that's
grade
cool.
and like enjoy middle school and like hang
That's
out
tough.
with your friends. Like, you shouldn't
That's
be
cool.
worrying
I
about where
love
you're going
that.
to college.
I love that so much.
Yeah, so I didn't really take any visits until like after my freshman year of college, and then I didn't decide until my senior year. So I was never in a rush, and my parents did a really good job of like make sure, I have a good circle around me. Like, it wasn't always about college recruitment. I wasn't like posting my offers. Like, also that wasn't really a thing when I was growing up. So
But it is now. I mean, it had to be close to when you were growing up. I mean,
yeah, it was close. Like, people were starting to do it, like post like, oh, I got an offer from here. I got an offer from here.
and especially in basketball.
Now it's all you see on social media. It's like only people talk about. It's crazy. But obviously times have changed too. But
Oh,
Yeah.
times have changed.
yeah, it's 7th grade was wild. And I was playing up like 2 years. So I was playing with high schoolers. But yeah, I didn't really like think anything of it. Like, I was just going out there and hooping and having fun. And it's kind of just what came with it.
Just following her passions, right? Learning what she like and don't like. And just imagine, family, right? The pressures of a kid. You know how a lot of parents be like, stay in their child's place. You know what I'm saying? But then you pressure them. And there's some parents out there that pressure them. And I understand you want your child to be something. But at the end of the day, they still have to find their way and navigate. Because if you're not there and you're so busy in their ear, forcing something on them, that can push them to the edge too, right? And a lot of times it's like a double standard, because you tell your child to stay in the child's place, but you want them to bust their behind to basically take care of you and the whole family, to do adult things, right? But comment down below on that perspective. That's my take on it. But Caitlin Clark, reflecting on her rookie WNBA season, Caitlin described the delicate balance between blending in as a team player and standing out as a rising star. And trying to get your feet wet and learning from other veterans and listening to them. And it shows how wise she is, because she's wise and she knows when to take initiative and be a leader, but also wise enough to know that as a team player, I need to sit back and listen too, because it's something I can learn. So she's wise enough to take initiative accordingly, and also wise enough to be like, you know what, I can listen and learn something. So you got to be wise to do both, and you got to have discernment to know when it's needed to take place, especially essentially being a star, and as amazing as a star you are, and obviously ultimately a leader, and being at the forefront of the whole WNBA, who've been in debt, losing thousands of millions of dollars for the past 25 years since it exists, and they lost 40 trillion or 40 billion or trillion, within the past season. Says a lot. But I want you guys to check out this clip in regards of her talking about coming in as a rookie. I'm going to scrub to that segment. As you guys see, I've been all over this interview, and I just couldn't wait to talk about it with you guys. And I had to get the segments in, add the context to it, obviously. Let's see.
Feeling like I could give a piece to the team or like find a role on the team. Was there anything like that happened to you early on, knowing that it all happened so fast?
For sure. And like, you come in as a rookie and like you said, like you're trying to figure out a new environment, new teammates. Like you don't want to say too much. You don't want to say too little. And it's just so hard. But like in my scenario, and obviously you guys too, like you're already highly thought of. Like people are turning to you to like be something or be someone. So it's hard. Like you're trying to get your feet wet, but also not do too much. And I think that's kind of what I struggled in early on is like, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how they're going to react.
For not knowing, you nailed it. Well.
She did.
But also, like, I had a lot of really good vets around me, too. So I feel very grateful for that. And we had a fairly young team, too. So, like, people had been through it fairly recently, so they knew how I felt. But, like, I feel like that definitely is a huge challenge. And that goes for whatever professional sport. Like, you're trying to learn, but also people are looking at you like, you got to perform and like be what they drafted you to be. And that can be tough.
Yeah. I remember, Jason, you got tossed.
Yeah. So that's that family. But I'm not sure if you guys remember. I wanted to show this as a prime example of Caitlin Clark being wise to listen in regards of her listening to Aaliyah Boston and getting advice from her. So I want to bring that up. It says this was May 14, 2024, the past year. Aaliyah Boston coaching Caitlin Clark after struggling in her first half. I feel like this was amazing. You know what I'm saying? Because you never stop learning, right?
This shot going off the court and all the way up to the tunnel. This was a long conversation, and I love Aaliyah Boston pouring into this young rookie. It's supposed to be hard. This is an adjustment period, and Aaliyah making sure that her rookie knows we have your back. I love that leadership from Aaliyah Boston. It has been a hard first half, but I want to compliment Dejanay Carrington because she has had to be
Well, there you have it, folks. And also, it's another one in regards. There is a clip with Erica Willer, right? Erica Willer basically being, she was looking out for Caitlin Clark, and she shared why it was important to basically take her under her wing because we know Erica Willer been in the WNBA for a while, I think 6 years. And she just let her know that she's available for the advice and as a veteran and so forth. And I feel like this was amazing, man.
Go to a different school, the first day of school, you don't know anybody, and you find that one person that says hi to you that become your best friend. For me, I just wanted to get ahead of it because I know this transition is tough. Just being undrafted and being a rookie, it's very unlikely that a vet, just take you in when you got the same position. And I think oftentimes people forget that I'm a great person before a basketball player. So for me as a big sister, I'm just like, I'm going to take this first step first to just let her know, like, we're here, we got you, whatever you need from me as your vet, and even you're in the same position, I got you. And she's just been doing a great job with just accepting it and receiving it from me. Because as you know, she's one of the biggest players in the world right now, and she don't act like that. She's just like, help me, in any way.
Open-minded, you know what I'm saying? And you need that. You need that because you don't want to let your ego stop you from being phenomenal, but also being beneficial to your team, right? And a lot of people be ego tripping in regards to the matters. But however, I do want to get to Caitlin Clark shared a hilarious welcome to the NBA moment when she ruptured her eardrum after being launched off of a tube at a lake. And however, this was Caitlin and the Kelce Brothers golden, moment. They traded funny injury story. So I want you guys to check it out as I scrub to that segment. And just right about here, it's so many cool moments and monumental moments in this interview.
Welcome to the WNBA moment, if you could have one.
Ooh.
Welcome to the W.
I tell people this. It was early on. I want to say it was like our 10th game of the year. We're playing in New York versus Liberty, who ended up winning the championship this year.
Yep.
And somebody set a screen on me, and like I hit my ear like just perfect on the girl, where like my eardrum popped and like ruptured. Ooh. And I knew it right away because I've done it before, and I was just like, it hurts so bad. I don't know if you guys have ever done that, but
I've done it. How did you do it before?
I never experienced that.
Can I guess?
Guess. It was very Midwestern.
You did it in water. You did it in water. Something
correct.
With water.
I got launched off
Why
the tube.
did you just get so excited? What are you, some brainiac?
That's how I did mine. I went off the diving board and tried to do as many flips as I could and smack my side of my head in the Heights High School swimming pool.
That's rough. That's a rough moment right there, boy.
Yeah. Jason was a male swim cadet, so he had to.
This wasn't during swim cadet. Don't put me on blast like that.
Blast. Sheesh.
That's funny. But yeah, I got launched off a tube in the middle of a lake. I was like underwater. I'm like, am I okay?
That's some Midwest stuff right there.
But yeah, so that was my welcome to the W moment.
Wait,
Okay, so that was hilarious. I don't even know what that feel like. What does that feel like, family? Comment down below. What does a ruptured eardrum feel like? However, the tone shifted as Kaylin shared her spicy take on the NBA's decline ratings, and she basically was talking about how people don't realize how skilled NBA players are. And I wanted to go to that part a little bit and have you guys see that, because she's basically saying, look, they're just that good, and the physicality has changed, and some fans think it got soft. I think that the NBA has gotten soft. I don't feel like the physicality is there. You know, the threes is amazing, but we want to see some, you know, strategic ways to get to the hoop too. You know what I'm saying, man? I still like that aggression, that like finding strategic ways to show off your skills, you're like Kyrie Irving, Luka Doncic. Even if they get down in the post and do a fadeaway like a Kobe Bryant, you know what I'm saying? Luka Doncic is good, amazing with that. You know, Carmelo was good with that. D Wade was good with that. They always find strategic ways to back their players down and, you know, get by and fly by in regards of, you know, getting by them to break to the basket and dunk and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that builds up the intensity. But however, I know times evolve. Excuse me, folks. And you know, it's just part of the game, I guess. And it just, you know, you gotta adjust with the times, I guess. But let me see if I could get to that part.
Think they're down. But also, like, it's interesting because I'm pretty sure opening day was the NBA's best opening day in a while. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
And obviously, I think
because the Cavs are back, baby. The Cavs are fucking rolling right now. You know what I'm saying? It just makes the league better when Cleveland's thriving.
They're really, really good.
Fucking pulled that out of my ass. They are fun to watch right now.
So, well, let's ask this: what are your suspicions potentially as to why the NBA ratings would be down?
Honestly, like, I feel like the average just like basketball fan doesn't understand how good NBA players are, and they think it looks like they're not trying. I promise you they're trying.
I disagree, because I feel like they're spoiled and they're not even there. It's not that they're not trying. They're just not being competitive. Like, look at the All-Star game, man. It's just like a Globetrotter circus game. It's not even intense as it used to be when Kobe Bryant, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett was in the league. When it was Eastern versus Western, they made it a more LeBron versus Durant. It's like seniors holding down the teams from a oh, this is my team, this is LeBron team, and this is Durant team. We want to see the best of the best. That's why they got picked. East Coast versus West Coast was amazing. They went at each other. They actually competed. Also, they were being they don't want to hurt themselves or harm themselves. I don't want them to get injured, obviously, because it'll be detrimental to their teams when they get back to, you know, competing and, you know, working for the teams that they're, you know, contracted with. But still, man, just shooting up circus shots and just, whoa, like, it's boring. It's boring. You know, people like dunks, people like the basics. Just get back to the basics. You feel what I'm saying? That brings the excitement. Sometimes you got to keep it simple. You know what I'm saying? That's all the people asking for. I just got all these boatloads of money fronted to them, and people spending hard-earned money, maybe they last couple of dollars to get an experience, and y'all just jacking up threes, and that's it. And with all this load management and all this, you might not even see your favorite player when it comes to a regular game or whatever the case may be. Not talking about the All-Star game. I'm talking about you just never know, right?
They're just like so good. Like, that's why it looks like they're not trying. And obviously the physicality of the league has changed a lot. And I wasn't around when it was like much more physical, and maybe people want more like beef and physicality, and people think it's gotten soft. But I think that's also because the skill has just changed. And like, that's what's great about basketball. Like, it's always evolving. Like, it's going to be different than when MJ played. It's going to be different in 10 years than it is now. So it's hard for me to like put my finger on like why it has gone down. And also it's competing against a lot of football right now. You have to take that into consideration. Like, football is just, you know, that's America's favorite thing. I think people should like, I mean, I love 3-point shooting. I love seeing guys just like launch threes, but not everybody loves that. So I don't know.
What do you think about a 4-point line?
I love that. Let's do it.
That's actually
a great idea.
Genius.
I don't agree with the 4-point line. I know they're brainstorming for ways to make the NBA fun again.
That is
Genius. 4-point line.
How does the criminal justice major come up with the best marketing plan right here?
Sometimes you just got to open your eyes, Jason. Look at the sheet of paper in front of you.
Or we could get like just 2 spots.
Yeah.
What about you're saying that everybody's questioning how physical the game is. What do you think a hockey style fight once a game? Just everybody picks a fighter.
Who doesn't like a
boxing gloves? So
2-minute penalty box, then you can come back in. You don't get ejected.
That's what I'm saying.
All
This dude's
right.
got some reach on him.
Bring that physicality.
See, but that's how soft the NBA has gotten. Or the NBA has got, not gotten. That's not even a word. The NBA has got. That's the problem. To the point where y'all got to brainstorm how to keep it competitive and keep it, the aggressive physicality. You know what I'm saying? Because, individuals used to challenge each other and they used to trash talk. And that's the true nature of men just competing and, iron sharpen iron. Like Anthony Edwards, he was just, he got fined for talking about how the refs are just basically calling every little soft thing. And she said the Michael Jordan era won't be the same from 10 years from now. But Anthony Edwards sort of reminds us of that era that people are craving for in the NBA. That's why people is rocking with Anthony Edwards, right? Because he gave off that sort of Michael Jordan persona, but the next generation, like the younger cat, you know what I'm saying? And him getting down in the basket, doing the fadeaway, getting down to the hoop. And, people posting each other, backing each other down, showing their true strengths and being challenged, man. I don't feel like it's not being challenged enough. Everybody can't be a Steph Curry, and that's fine. And everybody can't, like Kyrie Irving, the way the way he's so creative and spacious with creating space between his defender and the crisscross moves and the skill set and, the fast, swift and fluid movement. That's what we looking for, man. That's what we checking for. We just want the basics, man. But comment down below how y'all feel about that. But, however, look, wrapping up, Caitlin Clark looking ahead to her future beyond basketball, combining with her marketing major, with her passion for the game. And she hopes to grow the sport, and she will grow the sport, mentor young athletes, and create new opportunities for women in sports. Caitlin's vision for the future is just dynamic or even bigger or way more dynamic or just dynamic in itself as her game. And this interview is just the beginning of what's to come, family. But on that note, family, love you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace. I enjoyed it.